Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I am Maria Cribbs.
And I am Josh Cribbs. Welcome to The Return.
We hope wherever you guys are watching that you are staying warm because it's like negative. When I woke up this morning, it was 1 degrees. And then it got up to 6 degrees by the time it was like a couple hours later. By 11 o'clock, it was 6 degrees. How you feeling, Josh? You staying warm?
I'm trying to. I mean, it's freezing. And taking out the dog, I'm dreading it.
So this is the thing. We told you we got a new Doberman Pinscher.
Pinscher,
excuse me. I took him out last night, and I believe now that he may need some shoes because he was kind of like limping.
Yeah,
his paws were cold.
He was like, ugh, like it's getting frostbit immediately. I feel like every time I go to take the dog out, Ryan, in the middle of the night, I feel like that movie, The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, everything's frozen?
Yes, when everything like the Arctic blast is going to hit me down from space and I'm going to freeze immediately. That's what it feels like every time I go outside.
Right.
It's like, I got to hurry up and get back in. I'm racing. It's like me and the dog is a race. He's racing to use the bathroom and then we both run in.
Go in the house.
Yeah, we struggling last night.
Like, what about the stray pets, though? Stray dogs and cats. Like, they have to endure the cold temperatures.
Man, they got to keep that fleece long.
Is our dog bougie? How's Trinity? Like, do you take her out?
What, Ruby.
Ruby
Trinity.
Ruby Trinity. I'm sorry, Ruby Trinity.
I only call her Trinity when I get mad at her.
You get mad at
No,
Trinity?
I don't have any boots for her, but she seems to like it. Like, she builds up little like snowballs in her paws.
Oh.
I take them out, but
she
I don't
does?
think she minds it at all. She always buries her face in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our dog, he continues to eat the snow.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to just go out there so he can relieve himself and I can go back to sleep, but he wants to eat snow
he eats a lot
and
of
listen to the night sounds. I'm like, no, I ain't gonna be none of that.
Let's go back.
We going back to we going night
right now.
And then he comes back in, Ryan, and think we're up for the day. I'm like, nah, I turn the lights off. I be damn near about to put a comforter over his kennel.
Go to sleep.
So he can be like, nah, don't be looking around.
So hold on, do y'all remember? Now, Ryan, you still hold on, Ryan. Happy belated birthday. Your birthday was yesterday.
Ryan's birthday.
Quite the day, man.
How was?
Not just in the world.
We're gonna get
to have
into
a birthday.
all that.
Like,
Did you do
it's
anything
memorable.
fun? Right.
His birthday.
Did you do anything fun or were you working?
I went out a little bit the weekend before because it's on a Monday, so I wasn't going to go out. I mean, it was fine. I got to watch football. The national championship was Monday, obviously. So.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get into that a little bit later. So, hold on. You worked on your birthday yesterday?
Yeah.
Dang. That's how you know you're getting
That's how it be.
old. That's how it is. Nah.
That's how you know you're getting old.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan has
It started for you,
officially
Ryan.
crossed the threshold.
It started. It's begun.
And look, I'm proud of Ryan
Right.
because there are a lot of guys and women his age that no, they're still at home. They're not doing it. They're not working.
You should have called in sick, Ryan. You hung over.
You should have been
hungover.
I'm built different.
Yeah.
I got hungover.
Money.
I got hungover enough in college.
Oh, yeah, like I'm done with all that.
Yeah.
He been there and done it.
I'm
That's
too
how
old
I feel.
I'll have one beer now. I'm absolutely
and you be out.
hungover for the day.
He's getting old. Oh, for real.
He acting like he in his 40s and 50s almost like.
I've got some gray hair.
Ryan already?
That's stress right there.
I just started getting gray hair like last year.
That's
Ryan,
stress.
well,
we got to manifest different things.
Yeah, we got to, we're going to
no more
yoga
stress.
classes, some meditation. We're going to get you back to your youth, okay? Happy belated birthday. He's like, please do.
Thank you.
So hold on. Do y'all remember? So Ryan, you might remember this. Josh, what about you? I got a text from my kid's school yesterday, our child's school, talking about he's going to be out of school for the next 2 days because of the temperature.
The snow and the temperature.
And I remember having to go to bed early, thinking I was going to still be going to school that next morning.
Right.
Having to sit in front of the television to see if my school made a list of cutoffs of what's not going to be going on.
You had to watch the channel, the news.
Got a 2-day heads up.
And just stand in there with some coffee or watch TV the whole morning.
Yes.
And praying, hoping like your school come up. And when they go past your school in alphabetical order, you like, man.
Maybe they ain't updated yet. Yeah.
Yes.
So, of course, Izzy was in our room all night thinking he hanging out. I'm like, I wish they would have just not let them know until the morning time so he could at least go to bed
on
get some
time.
rest. Right. Because he has a big game today, Josh.
Yeah.
They play Walsh.
Oh, okay.
Another rival basketball game. And actually, Josh has to head out of town to go to a funeral.
Right.
So he's actually happy that you're not coming to his game because
I put that pressure on him.
And so, Ryan,
Yo, what's up?
If you can't play under pressure, man, what you doing? Right? If you can't beat him under pressure, why are you playing it?
Ryan, how would you feel playing a sport and knowing you have a future Hall of Famer watching you and critiquing your every move? He can't focus.
Yeah, he ain't need to play. He don't need to play. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I was never like, it didn't bother me whoever was in the crowd personally.
Right.
I mean, especially if you're his dad. I mean, it's not like you're not going to be like, you're not coming home.
Exactly.
He won't. Go
my family was
ride
there
with your mom, Ryan, all day long. Ride with your mom. I ain't got nothing to say to you,
Look,
man. Ride with your mom.
My family was so supportive to me My parents, my dad used to have his police officers buddies come to the games, all in their uniforms, and he'd get a call, all of them would run out, and it'd be kind of like a disturbance. I thought that was so cool. My aunts would be there screaming out, Josh!
But it's genuine support and just love for just watching.
I used to ball out when they was there. I'm like, oh, my aunt here, I'm about to ball out. My peoples, I used to block shots on the backboard.
But your peoples, okay, we love them to death, but they're not a future Hall of Famer, someone who played the game that your son's going to be playing in tonight.
So every time they come on the court, whether we think they did a good job,
did you have
no pressure. I went. It was recess for me.
So if your dad,
it was recess playing ball.
If your dad was you though,
if my dad was me,
you was still no pressure.
No pressure.
Ryan, do you believe that, Ryan?
Man,
Josh
it's
is
a different time zone.
He said Josh is different.
I said time zone. It's a different era. It's a different era, and I was built differently.
All right.
2 Marines. I was raised by 2 Marines.
That's true.
And I was ready. And I had an older brother who I ran behind, so I was ready. I was out there doing. I had a lot of family support.
Well, your son claimed he's gonna drop 40 buckets tonight. So.
Yeah, hopefully he did 23 the other night. Yeah, 23 the other night. So if record it,
anything goes.
And Maria is the worst recording person in the world.
So this is the thing. Okay, your parents, y'all might be able to
still
feel me on this.
Undefeated as the worst.
I'll have my phone up. But then he'll start running this way, and the phone is still right there. And my head is turning this way. So then I got fired from giving him. Yeah, he don't want me recording
this child
anymore,
off the phone.
right? So, but your daughter, she's in North Carolina, and Ryan, Josh, chime in on this. So they're getting those frigid temperatures right now, and she's calling me like, "Mom, I need a coat. It's like 26 degrees here," and I'm like, "Girl, it's like 1 degree."
She act like she's not from Cuyahoga Falls.
Right, but she's calling me, trying to get me to get her a winter coat. And she was like, well, it's going to be like 46 next week. So I'm like, do I really invest a couple $100 in a coat? Can't you just toughen it out with a hoodie for a couple of days?
Ryan, she's 21.
Ryan. She's 23 and had her own job, Ryan. She hitting me for cash.
She got to get her own
She
coat.
getting me for cash, man.
No comment on that.
He like, I'm trying to stay out of it. I'm having a good birthday
Josh,
year so
should we
far.
get her a coat or no? It's going to be 50 degrees next week in North Carolina.
If you say no, she going to call daddy and give me
Well, she'll wear the coat in the future and next year, unless it's something like she asks for one every year. Then
Ryan's making a good case.
Like, Mom, I need a coat. It's so cold out here. I'm like, you can just
The problem is,
wear 2 hoodies and a vest. Come on, you got this, girl.
That she needs a coat.
What is it?
It's what kind of coat.
I see.
How much would the coat cost, and how is it going to be fashionable, or is it for warmth? Because I did think, no, that's not even what I think. She said she wanted a Monaco or something like that. Is that what the name was?
It's like a Macage or a Montclair. Yeah.
And they're like $2,000.
Yeah, she done bumped her head.
Exactly.
I said, that college ain't teach you nothing because you know better than call
exactly.
it that.
I'm like, aren't you going to school for business? Don't you know that this is against the business that we're running?
What's your P&L statement?
Right.
So look, we're going to still be talking about snow when we come back, but I have a dating question tied to it, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey, you guys, welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Now, I have a question. I want you to watch this video, and then we're going to come back and discuss it, okay?
All right.
All right, check this out. Only a good woman can speak with the level of confidence that I'm about to speak with right now, but it's snowing outside. I wish a dude would be trying to get with me, and I wake up, and I got to shovel the snow, or my car ain't warmed up before I got to go to work. Like, we not playing don't be coming in people's lives playing games. Like, I know I'm a good woman. So how bad you want this? Like, you trying to court me? I don't need no good morning, sweetheart. Hey, big head text. Show up to my house and have my driveway shoveled. Have my car already warmed up with the snow and ice and everything off my car. Like, that's how you make a woman consider. Like, even if she's not feeling you like that, that's how you make a woman think about, you know what? I mean, Jerome is a good dude. Like, if she on the fence about you, or maybe you in her top 5, or maybe she just thinking like, I don't really want a relationship right now. I'm taking a moment for myself. You might make her consider you by doing little things like that. It's snowing outside. It's snowing outside. You can come to my house. You can just surprise me with my driveway being completely removed of snow, with my car already be warmed up for work and all the snow and the ice removed. That though, you talk about turn-ons. Talking about when to get with somebody. Them the kind of efforts I like to see. I guess. Okay, so see, them the kind of efforts your girl like right there. And you know what? According to the comments, I was right. All the real men, shout out to them in the comments. Was like, yeah, girl, you right. That's what we supposed to do. I'm like, all right, now the ones y'all was talking all that mess, I know you're not a good man no way. Because of the comments you leaving.
It was a lot of people in there want to know who the heck is Jerome.
I don't know.
I think that's what we were saying. Hold on, who's Jerome?
From Martin. Jerome and Rome. Jerome and a half.
Yeah, all right. That's good.
So
answer.
hold on, Ryan. I have two wonderful, good-looking men here on my corner. Was there a lot of truth to what I was saying? Did y'all understand what I was saying too? Because
I understood what you said, and I disagree. And I'm gonna say it like this, Ryan. First of all,
oh my gosh,
she said all of that, and she left for the day with the shoveled garage.
Yes, I love that.
A shoveled driveway. Did she mention that my husband shoveled the driveway in that video there?
No, all I heard the name was Jerome.
Jerome, that's all we heard.
No Josh.
Did we hear at all her say at my house?
It started with a letter J.
In my house, my garage or my stuff, my driveway is clean. My man doing it, but none of that, right?
Doesn't that go without saying? If I'm married to someone.
It doesn't, because this is what I disagree in. Hold on, and then I'm going to give you the floor to you guys.
Here we go.
You were talking about husband material.
No, I wasn't.
That's husband functions right there. If I'm your boyfriend, I'm not getting, no.
If you my boyfriend, you better be coming to my house and have that driveway cleaned off. And let me tell you why. This is the thing, Josh.
I have to have been to your house a number of times.
If you trying to get with me.
To have done that.
This is the thing. And women, we're tired.
First of all, do I know for a fact that this your house? Do you own this property?
You sassy up
you
in
live
here.
by yourself, or do you stay in an apartment?
If you are trying this, and this is the thing, men always, not men, all men. I don't want to generalize all men, but a lot of men feel like
you want me to be husband material.
Women be using us for dinners and trying to get purses and get their bills paid. You coming and showing up to her home, shoveling her driveway, or dusting off her car for her shows effort, and it costs you nothing. Maybe a little sweat equity, but it costs you nothing. I don't need no wine and dining. I don't need no, hey, what you doing text. Women want men that are putting effort behind it.
Right, we saw your video. Ryan, we saw her video. And all I'm saying is, you want husband actions, and are we getting wifey actions in return?
You shovel that driveway, baby.
Wifey material?
That's true. It's all about what you're getting in return. Like,
am I getting breakfast?
Right. No, and yeah, you're right.
Like, you should.
Hold on, let Ryan speak.
Would it be bad? Like, yeah, it's like, I'll do the driveway, but is it wrong then to expect you to clean and
no, it's not wrong.
Come over to the house if you like me, and straighten up while you're here.
Hold on.
Straighten up my house while you're here and show me wifey material, since I'm showing you husband material.
How was that dorm room looking?
You right, you
did. He ain't got nothing to say. And that's why I started my video with, only a good woman can speak with the level of confidence that I'm going to speak with right now. Ryan. If you want to actually show a woman that you are serious and that you care for her,
I'm gonna be quiet.
And she's a good woman, when you do efforts like that, she's going to notice. That if she don't notice, and I said in my comments, if she don't notice, maybe communicate with her like, hey, I've done X, Y, and Z for you. I would like to see some appreciation, or just leave her. She's not the one that deserves what you're doing for her. Now, when Josh cleaned that driveway off, I was like, man, I was inclined to do that video because there's a lot of women, and I have a lot of girlfriends that are single, and they're like, guys be playing on their phone. They want to DM me, want to text all day, talk on the phone all day, but there's no efforts. If you show up and do something like that.
Okay.
But what if I just DM'd a random woman? She didn't respond at all, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get her address. I'm gonna show up to her house and shovel her driveway. She looks out her window. She's gonna call the police on me.
Yeah,
but that's what you're that when I was talking about.
Then we got to talk about how long we have been dating, because I think you kind of blurred the lines where you trying to get with me. You mean y'all ain't together, and you expect
trying to get with me?
You expect the driveway to be clear? Ain't gonna happen.
Right?
Ain't going. Maybe if I see you and I'm walking. Maybe if I see you and I'm walking and I'm trying to holler at you, I'll be like, let me help clear your car off. I'm not going to pick up a shovel and start cleaning your driveway out, though. And like Ryan said, the lines are blurred a little bit.
It's not blurred.
It's blurred because if I'm not dating you,
let me take these glasses off to show you how crystal clear I am. It's not blurred at all.
It's blurred.
If you're trying to get a woman to,
we gotta be dating for almost. I gotta be almost about to marry you.
If you hitting her up, it's someone that you're trying to get with. You're trying to pursue. Show some effort behind trying to get with someone. Effort. All women don't want dates. They can buy their own food. They don't.
Take my glasses off too.
You take your glasses off. You don't see nothing clearly.
She changed the scope, Ryan. They're not dating now? Now I got to do that to date you? Yeah. No. Heck no. That's what I'm going to do to keep you.
Pay to play.
Well, would you ever consider, Maria, like, let's say you were dating someone and they asked you, you were like, okay, would you ever just go vacuum their carpets? And you'd be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm going to come clean your dishes.
Josh?
We were already dating.
No.
We were dating.
No. Like I said, a good
Ron,
woman.
I'm not even going to hold you.
A good woman going to do what I
Hold on, let me
like,
say
my
it.
baby needs some help.
I'm not even going to hold you. She cleaned up my roommates stuff. My roommate's shoes was all lined up.
Thank you.
And I was like,
that's what a good woman does.
He was like,
without having to ask.
Look, my roommate was like, Josh, she straightened up my shoes too.
I was
like, I'm a real one, baby. That's what I'm saying. So why not a man? I just look at a man. A lot of my girlfriends are tired of getting a "Hey, what you doing?" text or "Hey, like this Good Morning Beautiful."
I changed my opinion.
Thank you.
I think it takes
effort.
A special type of effort from a special type of man for a woman who's deserving to get that type of man to be forced to act.
Yeah.
And then that might open her eyes where she was already shut. That might open her up to, oh, dang, okay, at least we can go out.
And it kind of shows you that, hey, he cares about me. He didn't want me out here shoveling this snow by myself.
Bravo.
It only
changed
take
my
y'all
mind.
a minute to, and then
She changed my mind.
And then one more thing, though. Hold on, I got one more complaint from my girls.
Okay.
They are feeling some kind of way about going over somebody's house, a guy's house, to Netflix and chill. And it can be daylight still, not necessarily in the evening, and they're not walking them to their car when they're done with the day. So
chivalry.
Yeah, that's a red flag for sure.
Chivalry.
Yeah, you got to walk them to the car.
Chivalry.
But Josh or Ryan, could it be that some of these guys weren't taught these things?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. My mother taught me chivalry.
Okay.
Opening the door.
Yes.
She went to the door and stopped, and I ran into the back of her. And she was like, this door not going to open itself. And from that moment, I knew to open doors for women.
Yeah.
Because my mom she had to teach me that.
Yeah, but some people aren't taught that. So I think some women are throwing away good men.
So do you hold, do you hold it against them for not being taught?
See, my thing is, I'm an Aries, so it's just kind of how I roll. Like, if you don't walk me to my car, and maybe it's my lack of communication skills, I'm probably not going to call you ever again. Like, I was like, you didn't care enough about me to make sure I didn't get to my car safely, or, okay, call me when you get home, babe.
I walked you back to your dorm room.
Period. Period. Every night. He came to get me. If he knew I was on my way over, he right there at the door.
Yeah.
It's a special kind of man. And if a guy's not putting that effort, drop him.
If a guy not putting that effort in, that means you ain't putting it out enough to make him want to fight for that. Because we're hunters.
Yeah.
If that guy ain't hunting, then you ain't got the right bait.
Or Ryan, is it truly...
Hey, Ryan, your bait ain't good. If that man ain't hunting, he don't want that.
But we just said maybe he don't know any better.
I'll take you if you giving it up anyway. I mean, if you doing it, I'll take. But if you ain't got the right bait, that man won't hunt.
So should it be already in a guy? Should it be their innate energy to always want?
If he not hunting you, it ain't the right bait. In the question. Ooh. If he ain't walking you and doing the things you need done, that. Red flags. He not interested in you, so you shouldn't be interested in him.
So you think it has nothing to do with maybe he just was
I don't think
not taught that. You just said
if
maybe
he's excited about you and he trying to make that thing happen.
Yeah, because you gonna take care of what you care about. You're right. Whether you was taught that or not. Okay,
he gonna be like Hitch out that thing, like Will Smith was in the movie. Be researching you and everything.
Or what was that? Was that something about Polly when he was eating that Indian food? He was getting all
ethnic food. Yep.
Long came Polly. For a day. Long came Polly. Okay. Yep. So we agree on something.
We agree.
And can we agree on taking a commercial break?
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back, you guys. All right, welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Now, you know your girl from Columbus, Ohio, so you already know what I'm on, baby. Those Buckeyes won that thing last night.
Are the national champions, the Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did we know that they were going to win once they had that matchup? I did. Ryan, I didn't foresee the Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, to be victorious. I thought it was a long shot. Even when they scored, they came out on fire. I thought it would just be a good game, but I think Ohio State had too much depth, and they're ready for those big-time situations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the talent difference was immense. You could tell immediately when the game started. Yeah, Notre Dame got off to that 7-0 lead, but that took everything out of Riley Leonard to start that game, and it's like the tortoise and the hare, right? You start fast, but you get slumped, you get gassed, and Ohio State just scored. First 5 possessions they scored, they were unstoppable. Like, Notre Dame had a fantastic season, but when you look at what Ohio State has, Quinshon Judkins, Travion Henderson in the backfield, an elite offensive line. Jeremiah Smith is a man amongst boys in NCAA right now at just a young age. And then Emeka Buka, Carnell Tate. I mean, the talent difference was massive. But credit to Notre Dame. Great season. Marcus Freeman, just 39 years old. What he's done there in a short time shouldn't be, looked down on at all.
And Ryan summed it up. That first drive, I thought after that they were done. It just took so much out of them.
Yeah.
I think the quarterback had 9 rushes.
Yeah.
In that first drive. And then when he did, get down to the one, he converted 2 4th and 1s. One was down on the goal line. And, you could just see he was getting pulled up by his offensive lineman because that's how tired he was. And then he ran it again in there for the touchdown. And you could see on his face, and they kept zooming in. He was exhausted. That's what it takes, though. Your best. Because it's not which team is the toughest that wins. It's whatever team is the toughest the longest.
And I think I said to you, I was like, man, they got to score. He was like, they don't need to score. They need to stop Ohio State.
Right.
Yeah.
I said that.
You did. That's what I said. I said you said it. Yeah. But I will say this. Israel, our son, was talking about, Hoban was founded. I guess the founders of Hoban founded Notre Dame.
Oh.
And I was like, what does this mean to me?
Catholic school.
I was like, it's still Old State, baby. I was like, who you rooting for, son? Your mom's from Columbus, you know? So, but can I say this?
Your mom had a tailgate party by herself, didn't she?
She has her own little private tailgate party.
I was like, why didn't she bring that up to
Do you have that Brutus,
Ohio?
the gift or GIF? What do you call it? The Brutus gift? I thought it was so cute. My cousin sent it to the text message.
Oh,
but okay, can I say
picture?
this? And I don't know if I'm the odd person out. I thought the game was boring.
Well, it was in a little bit once Old State pulled away.
Okay.
When it was like 28-7. I think that was the biggest lead.
Yeah, at halftime. At halftime, I thought it was all wraps.
Yeah, it was over.
Notre Dame had nothing left in the tank. They couldn't get anything going on offense. They just didn't have the people on the outside. Like, Ohio State was just clamping them up. Chip Kelly was calling a good game, and the firepower just won outright for the Buckeyes. And then, it didn't get interesting even until the fourth quarter. That's when Notre Dame started to pick up some steam and score. But if you looked at the final score, you might have said, hey, it's probably a good game. But overall, I agree with you, Maria. It wasn't really anything to be excited about.
It wasn't exciting.
Yeah,
at the end, it picked up a little bit because they got within a few scores. But I thought that's when me and Maria was saying, they still got to stop Ohio State. Yeah. And they weren't able to do that. I have a question for you, Ryan. Do you think the game would have been a little closer had it been Penn State?
I think it's definitely possible. Penn State played Ohio State earlier this season. It's a conference rivalry, Big Ten. They have different play styles. You saw Penn State put up points against Oregon. So could they have done that against Ohio State? Probably not. But regardless, I think it could have been a better game. I think Ohio State still would have easily handled them.
Right.
But maybe it would have been a little closer. Just especially it would have been interesting because Ryan Day versus James Franklin both have, they've been known to choke in big games. Obviously, Ryan Day with Michigan and James Franklin just in general. So either way would have been funny.
So you mentioned Ryan Day. He just secured his job, did he not?
Heck yeah.
But is this all forgiven for losing to Michigan?
Should it be?
He won the national championship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should it be? Yes. But you're not dealing with sane fans. You're dealing with Ohio State Buckeye
They
nuts.
still got a sour taste.
If I'm telling you, if he
Yeah.
loses to Michigan next year, they're going to be saying it's going to be a repeat. They're going to be telling Ryan Day to get the hell out.
Yep.
And that shouldn't be.
No, I agree.
He just won the national championship. First in the
what
country.
more do you want?
He's the top.
They're like, we want Michigan.
You know why? Because the way they won Michigan.
Yeah.
That's their national championship for real. Because it's still Michigan players. They're like, but we beat them. We still planted that flag. So we good.
Yeah, they don't care. It's all about that rivalry, which I understand. Like, it's one of the most historic, if not most, prominent rivalries in NCAA. But with the new format, you don't need to beat Michigan to go in the Natty, as we just saw. So whether they want to admit it takes away less from the game, they're going to tell you it doesn't. Yeah, it does, because you just saw it happen right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what's pretty cool though? Izzy showed me the guys his Insta story. Eli, I think his name is Eli Lee. He was just playing for Hoban this past football season.
Right.
And now he's already, suited up and
he's
a Buckeye right now.
Right.
Isn't that cool how players are doing that now? Their senior year, I think they take a couple classes earlier so that they can be done in the after their football season.
They let them dress.
And they enroll. Like
They had him dressing?
Yeah. Just like Isaac Souls used to play for the Cleveland Browns. His son.
Yes.
Went from 12th grade, and then he's playing for his whatever. I forget what college he's going to, but I thought it was pretty neat. That's what they're doing now. You didn't do that though, right?
No, definitely not.
I
did. I was allowed to come to Kent and get my ID while I was still in high school.
Oh, here we go.
Which allowed me to go to college parties.
There it is.
In DC. Man, oh man. DC
Why did
Live.
you allow that, KSU?
Well, you let it in. Look, I went to Kent State and got my my pass, my my ID.
Yeah, your college
to prepare,
ID.
My college ID to prepare for incoming freshmen for the fall. I still had a whole semester of high school left. I was showing my ID. They felt like I was 18, getting in the college party. I was going up Howard, like, yeah, man,
going to all the college nights.
I was like, I'm in town visiting, man. I'm in
you right the street at Dunbar, right?
Yeah, I'm in Ohio. Meanwhile, I'm just a senior right down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was glorious for me, Ryan. I got to see things I haven't seen before.
That's when the name Josh Cribbs didn't carry as much weight, huh?
No, not at all.
Just
but my eyeballs were flashing.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but singer Coco Jones, you probably know this. You see her, she sang the national anthem. She killed it. And I got some of the comments that I want to release right here. But y'all know who she's rumored to be dating now?
Go ahead.
Sure do.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Donovan Mitchell?
Spider.
I know, Spider. I love it. I think they look so good
She
together.
need to come to the Cavs games.
She probably do. How you know she don't?
Yeah, I mean,
she probably do.
Because you would be able to see that. This is the information age. We need to see her in Cleveland, enjoying Cleveland, and then at the game.
I love it. I think they look so good together. But look at some of these. They're saying her performance is going down as one of the top 10 national anthem performers.
Okay.
And I feel like,
in college?
No, she did a wonderful job.
No, I'm just saying, it's a difference.
Ryan, you got some of those comments? Okay, so I'll read some of them. Someone said, this is definitely a top 5 performance for me. Whitney Houston, Jasmine Sullivan, Coco Jones, Marvin Gaye, Jimi Hendrix. Someone said, perfectly executed. Didn't do too much, didn't do too little, did just enough. Someone said, the best version I've heard in a long time, pure and sound notes, clean, soft and smooth like butter. Can we book her for the Super Bowl too? She sounded amazing, Josh.
I
Coco
really,
Jones.
Okay. I think Whitney Houston's my top,
Whitney,
top when it came to that.
There's nothing wrong
but then
with that.
I didn't, after that, you kind of like, all right, then there's everybody else, right? I think we had a great time doing
you like when Fergie did it?
the Super Bowl.
That's what I was going to say, Maria.
No.
Josh prefers Fergie's national anthem, her rendition.
I'm talking more about like the Super Bowl halftime, right? Those are the things. I really the intro, coming into the game is not really.
Well, you hated on my moment.
I don't care about
the
national anthem as it relates to. I'm looking at halftime celebration stuff like that.
I said this on the show before, Ryan. Every year I ask Josh, "Hey, can you ask him? Can I sing the national anthem?"
She's too scared. She's checking out all the time.
If I'm
Phil's wife did it.
Yeah,
but
what's
she's
up with that?
checking out.
Why do you ask me?
Phil's wife was actually a professional singer.
Phil Dawson cares about his wife. Not only is he one of the greatest greatest NFL kickers ever,
you hear
he
this?
actually cares about his wife, Shannon Dawson, by the way.
Maria,
I was asking Josh every game, hey, did they let me sing the national anthem?
She chickened out, Ryan.
That's
what happened. She chickened out.
And with that, you know what?
I wanted her to
cutting this
practice.
show. Now cut the show. Go to commercial,
I wanted
Ryan.
her to
Go
practice.
to commercial, Ryan. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. What's going on, Josh?
I had to yell it out to her, Ryan.
Browns, baby. He said it's Browns time.
I understand. I know it's just, going back to the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the speculation over, who was going to be top for us. And, who should we pick? Should we use the second round pick or should we trade down? A lot of people are, puzzled on this. I am in the bunch, Ryan, and I think I'm still thinking, but I'm more so trade down for more. And it doesn't have to be trade all the way down. It could be trade to 12. Because you still can have that DN. Right? I think the DN may still be on the table. However, trading down gives you a plethora of other picks, and we have a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah, I'm open to a lot of avenues to do this, but sometimes it's hard, and I feel like a lot of Browns fans feel this way. When you see these quarterbacks come in and be having instant success, like you saw how well C.J. Stroud played his rookie year. Really, before Jaden Daniels, that was probably the best rookie season we've seen out of a quarterback, at least up there. But now Jaden Daniels, it seems like no argument about it. He's just now having the best rookie season for a quarterback ever, getting the Commanders to their first conference title game in over 30 years. What he's been able to do in less than a calendar year is just mind-boggling. So it makes you really wish that, you want to get a Cam Ward or Shador and make this thing work. Obviously, that's written in the stars. We don't know if it would. So I think that's where a lot of Browns fans are. But I'm open to Abdul Carter. I'm open to Travis Hunter. I think those names are just those are the safer picks. Put it that way. But I'm also open to trading back. But the point of that is you get more picks, but you got to nail them. And unfortunately, the history in this regime of nailing draft picks isn't great.
But the reason why I'm more inclined to trade back is because you have more to hit or miss.
Yeah.
You got more to hit or miss. You can hit big on a later first round pick. You can hit big on a second round, a few of them, as opposed to just one number 2 pick and all your eggs in one basket. And we've done it so much, Ryan. We've put everything into that pick, and it just
it doesn't pan out.
It's panning out for everybody else, right? And I say this, Daryl Ryder, beat writer, he had an interesting comment on X. He said, last point on Browns, guys, they couldn't line up correctly. They couldn't execute basic football like a shift or a motion. They were sloppy in all phases and undisciplined. That's not just a QB problem.
That's coaching.
That's
what did he say? What did he say it was?
He didn't. He said that's a coming TED Talk right there. He's basically like, we got so many problems. A QB not gonna fix it. And then that's when the other comments came. Browns fans are delusional if they think there's a QB like Jaden Daniels. And then, most and I like that last comment. Most good quarterbacks, they will fix those problems. I was telling my son about being a leader. Mm-hmm. Like you see your offense. If they're still set or they're misaligned, fix them up. Hey, get on, you get off. Hold up, easy. I was a quarterback. If you trying to change things, Ryan, and you don't want to make a sudden sound to call the cadence, easy. And then you can command and change the play and then, move guys as you need, which he is correct. A good enough quarterback in the draft can command that. But is there a quarterback in the draft like that can be a Jaden Daniels, a CJ Stroud? Is there a guy like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the $1 million question, and nobody really knows. It's all circumstantial.
Right.
Yeah, you can scout a quarterback, and a lot of people did have Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams, even though it wasn't even a decision for the Bears. It seemed like they knew Caleb Williams was their guy, and that's the battle that Andrew Berry and the Browns face. Like, the answer. You need a quarterback at some point in time, or else you're just going to be, pissing into the wind. You're not going to be competitive, but you have to value that with, okay, is there a guy in this draft? Do we instead go get the best player available via, Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, etc., and push that waiting for a quarterback down the line? The unfortunate part for the Browns is that it doesn't seem like they have that much time with players like Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. So it's an interesting decision that they're going to have to make. Glad I'm not the one making it, by the way.
Right. And that's why I think they'll trade down, because they feel like they have the pieces. I would give just short advice to Kevin Stefanski. There does need to be a little bit more discipline and attention to detail, and that stuff needs to be practiced.
Absolutely.
The jumping off sides, the alignment, the way Coach Eric Mangini fixed that, because we were the most penalized team, like the Browns were up there. When he came, we were the least penalized team. Anytime a guy jumped off sides in practice, that one guy would take off running a lot, and then his replacement would immediately come in, whether it be the quarterback, calling a cadence, the center, the tackle, anybody, receiver, they take off running. And we became the least penalized team in the NFL because of that. It has to be nipped in the bud and practiced, because those things make you lose games, especially when it's close. We won those close games the year before, and then this year we lose it. Undisciplined. We killed ourselves with a lot of penalties, with a lot of self-inflicted negatives, is what they call it, Maria. Mm-hmm. We just couldn't stay out of our own way. And teams knew that. Even down the stretch, they wouldn't even put up, game plans against us. It was like, they're going to
shoot their own self in the foot.
They're going to shoot their own self in the foot. But off that real quick, my second team is the Commanders. I grew up in Washington, D.C. They surprised the number 1 seed and beat the Lions. Mm-hmm. Everybody had the Lions trying to make a run, late run, but oh no, Jaden Daniels being one of the first rookies to ever do the 2 playoff games to make it to the championship. I mean, I'm not sure about them because of consistency, but they have the talent there to get it done, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, what they've been able to do in just 1 year is mind-boggling, and it goes to show you don't need these lengthy, builds or lengthy rebuilds years and years and years in the NFL, right? Like, immediately they got rid of their head coach, they hired Dan Quinn, you bring in Cliff Kingsbury, new ownership group, you draft a stud in Jaden Daniels, you go get vets and Ertz and Eckler, Bobby Wagner that are all producing. And it's been the perfect formula. Obviously, this is all capped off because of how well Jaden Daniels is playing, and he's going to be a problem in the NFL for the next 5 years, 10 years if he's lucky.
And those pieces mean nothing without a Jaden Daniels.
Absolutely. But what they've been able to do, I mean, is just absolutely incredible. I never would have thought in a million years, nobody would have, that they would get to this point. Even how good Jaden Daniels was in the regular season, to go to Ford Field, upset the Lions, put up over 40 points. Oh, my gosh, are they happy in Washington, man.
But not down the road in our division. Lamar Jackson, he's plagued with making mistakes in the postseason. And I think we talked about it briefly. We were going to see if he could. It was almost like he suffers from what Jameis Winston suffers from, throwing picks, right? Pick sixes or interceptions. In the postseason, he has these snafus. He has these type moments. Plays like MVP during the league, but then gets to the playoffs and it's way too cold, or he fumbling and decision-making changes.
Yeah, I think there's a different level that elite quarterbacks enter in the playoffs, and I'm just not sure Lamar has gotten there yet. Like, he still played a great game and has an amazing season, but when you look at guys like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, I think what separates them from Lamar and why they've had more success, well, mainly Patrick Mahomes, but they realize to stay within themselves in the sense of you don't necessarily, every play doesn't need to be this big play. Maybe the big play that changes the game is throwing it away or, just taking what the defense gives you. And I think that's the next step in Lamar's game to elevate him to be able to, seal these big games. And he'll get there. I mean, he's still not 30. He has plenty of football left. But yeah, I mean, maybe 3-time MVP now, that's great. But obviously him and the people who are going to be judging his legacy is going to come down to whether or not he can win a Super Bowl.
I think you hit that on the head. His style of play, every time he gets in the postseason, it's as if he feels like he has to do it by himself. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to do it by himself. He had a Derrick Henry. He had these talented guys, and I know they was plagued with injuries, losing Zay Flowers. Bateman was getting banged up. But it just, even with him being in conference and me not even caring about their success, I'm like, hey, I thought they would make it a little farther so we could see some good football, because I wanted to see if they could make a run. I didn't want to see him make mistakes. I wanted them to just, lose straight up.
Yeah.
With all that they had, and not have little mistakes, because they were dominating. It wasn't a lot that the Bills were doing. It was turnovers. They suffered from turnovers.
Yep, 2 costly fumbles, man.
Yeah, and that changed the game. Oh well, to see the Commanders there. Now you got Buffalo on the other side, and of course you got teams that the Eagles won, and of course we have the Kansas City.
Kansas City,
right.
And
so we'll see in the weeks to come. But we're gonna keep talking sports. Maria, you got a bunch of stuff to talk about.
I do.
Oh yeah, so we'll take a commercial break.
Be right back. All right, welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Now, Josh, yesterday, viewers, hopefully you had a wonderful... Go ahead.
I want to make a bet real quick.
With who? Ryan?
Yeah, just $1. Because
I ain't got it.
Just $1,
Ryan.
I
ain't no bet. That ain't nothing but a little
and
teaser,
with our
man.
fans. Because I'm going to put this on my
is.
IG. And I'm saying, when it comes to the draft, and we're far off, but I just want to make this bet on what do you think... Or you think we're going to trade down or use the pick? Not that we're going to take a quarterback or wide receiver or Travis or anything or DB. Trade down or use the pick. What do you think the Browns want to do?
As of right now, I think the pressure's mounting. I understand the want to not take a quarterback because you don't think they're worth the pick. But with Kevin Stefanski, I mean, this is his year. If they fail, then he's gone, Barry's gone. I think they're going to try and hit the home run because they know their job's at stake. So I think they're ultimately going to go Shador or Cam Ward.
So I think they're going to trade down because, for the same reason, I think that their job's on the line and they can't put it all because they already did with Deshaun Watson. They already put it on the line. So more picks give them more opportunity to succeed as opposed to putting it all on the line again on one player's hands again. Because after that second pick, man, then they're going to be looking at restructuring guys, trying to bring in free agents, trying to give up picks if they need more guys. And that's not the case if they just trade down and get a plethora of guys, and they might, like you said, they might not be around for years to come. So trying to get a next year's first round might not be so advertising if they have to win now.
Right.
So more picks, I think, can give them more ammunition in the form of players to win now for the same reason you said. So let's bet $1 on that. If they use that pick, I'm gonna give you $1. If they don't, I need me a nice crispy $1.
Fair enough.
After they do it.
A nice crispy $1.
Nice crispy $1.
They ain't not betting over here. This is they.
You want us to put houses up and mortgages.
Okay, so keeping in line with us talking about football, I want to see if we can have a little moment of transparency. Ex-NFL QB Cam Newton, he's going viral right now. He's on a show called, I think, Special Forces. Have you seen this show, Ryan? Special Forces?
I saw the advertisement.
Okay, yeah, I haven't watched it, haven't tuned in yet either, but he's on this show called Special Forces, and he's having a conversation about how when the money start rolling in, when them NFL checks start rolling in, how he felt like he went from Superman to just a man. And I don't know what it is about Cam Newton. I could be completely reading him wrong. He just rubs me the wrong way. But I have to say this. I kind of appreciate his transparency. He made mention that he has, I think, a lot of children. He has 8 children.
8 kids.
3 different women that they're by. And he feels like, that lack of income, I think it did something to him. Yeah.
And he said it hurts him not making the level of money that he was when he was in NFL.
I'm glad you said that.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of people took it as, Cam Newton's broke.
Yeah, he didn't say he's broke.
He didn't say he's broke. He didn't say that at all.
He
He's
said it's just
saying
a different lifestyle.
It's a different lifestyle.
Coaches warned me of that, right? And coaches would tend to say, Ryan and Maria, they'll say, hey, you're going to miss those first class flights, flying first class all the time, because when you're not in the NFL and you're not making that money, you got to start to be smarter with your income. And Cam said Superman to a regular man. Yeah. And when he scored, he always would.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's Superman. That was his thing. Right. Superman. He was Superman. Led Carolina, who is now at the bottom of the league, for several years, to the Super Bowl. And it's been a pretty fall from grace for him. Yeah. After having that, he still was an elite quarterback in the National Football League. It just wasn't able to sustain him. Right. Like he didn't have a huge career like Tom Brady. Not just a success,
pretty nice contracts, right?
I thought Cam Newton could have been a backup quarterback still in the league. I think he was a very serviceable. He didn't have to be. I think it was the extra intangibles that came with his game that having him on your roster wasn't beneficial for the group.
Having a personality?
Yeah,
God forbid.
It just wasn't beneficial for the group. Not just that he didn't have talent, but everybody also, you got half of the league is trying to look for their backup is trying
franchise.
They're looking for a franchise. So the backup is a franchise in waiting kind of thing.
Would the starting QB necessarily want to go back to being a backup anywhere?
You have to stay in the game, like he said. He said this. Making that NFL money, it's nowhere like it. It's like winning the lottery every week, every year. And it's the hardest thing is to stay in it. Right. Once it's gone, and I think it's hitting him now. The depression that I had, Ryan and Maria, right? From getting out of the league and having to understand, like, dang, I ain't Josh Cribbs no more. I ain't Cribbs.
It wasn't financial. You just want to play.
It's the camaraderie. It's the scoring touchdowns. Yeah. It's the, like, I'm not in the game no more. I don't wear the jersey no more. Yeah. Like, now what? Now who am I? And I think he's hitting that now. Because his limelight is shrinking a little bit.
I think his podcast is very successful. I think some of the things that he's doing on his
podcast. It's the football aspect of it. Got 8 kids. Yeah. Had a certain lifestyle. Yeah. And he was playing a few years ago, so them checks were still coming in. Now they're not.
He can coach, he can commentate, but I think he's doing a great thing over there and on his own podcast, making his own money. You get a lot of money over there on YouTube if you do it right. So I just appreciate his transparency. Yep. And Josh, if you had any advice to get those players out there, wouldn't you tell them to save their money?
Not just to save, invest. Start your business while you still
wisely.
Playing.
Yeah.
Start your business. Implore other people to criticize your business before you start. Look at the books, educate yourself, always thinking what's next.
And you can't save everybody. And we got to take one more break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Like Josh said, his advice to anyone playing professional sports right now, not just save your money, be wise with your money, because it is crazy. You get a lot of money at a young age. You don't have any wisdom. You're probably the first generation to receive this kind of money. Don't try to take care of everybody, but make sure you take care of yourself so that you can sustain the lifestyle once those checks start rolling.
Always prepare for life after.
Yeah, life after. Prepare for life after while you're doing it.
Go
now,
ahead.
Ryan.
Yes.
I Show Speed. Y'all know who that is?
Yes.
Oh, see, Josh, we were having a conversation about him. Josh didn't know who he was, but he had a conversation that went viral, but it was from a month ago, him on Club Shay Shay saying that the women in Cincinnati, which I'm assuming he's from Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think he is.
The best looking one is about a 7. I think he said there's nothing. What did he say?
Oh, he said
girls
no
in
good looking
Cincinnati
woman
are
in
terrible.
Cincinnati. So
Ryan,
we wanted to get your advice.
Because Ryan went to school and he went to
Was
college
you
at the University of
seeing them out
Cincinnati.
there?
I mean, they call it the San Diego of the Midwest.
That's a good thing, right?
There's some beautiful women when I went to Cincinnati. I mean, it's no L.A., it's no Miami, but yeah, I mean,
When you go out
So
to
is he-
LA
is
and
he
Miami,
rating-
you got all the Botox,
Is he
the fillers,
rating- rating Cincy off of what he's seen across the country?
that has to be it, right?
Yeah,
Because I
that's
Show
what it
Speed's
is.
been around the world. He's been to Brazil, who has the most beautiful women in
Yeah,
the
so
world.
his
So of
palate
course
is
he's going to
different.
come home. He's a very, very, yeah.
He has a
But
different
he's also
palate.
young, so it depends on what you look
So
at. What's
he's
your
no
standard
more
of beauty.
Olive Garden type women.
Ain't no
and
wrong.
Red Lobster
I
type
just had
women.
Tour of Italy last week.
Yeah.
We had Olive Garden last week.
I mean,
had Olive Garden.
our palate is changing back. At first, we all only one fine down. Now we going backwards.
I wanted a tour of Italy last week.
Yeah, I got me a chicken marsala. And I want it again. I'm like, man, that chicken
I just
marsala
think it's
kind of
crazy
hitting.
that he says that. Let me ask the viewers. What city
Columbus
in Ohio,
got some good looking girls.
period. You better say that, baby.
For
what
real.
city in Ohio?
Other than Maria.
What city in
She
Ohio?
one of them, though.
What city in Ohio has the best looking women? And why are women always a topic of discussion? What about the men too?
Well, that's your
We
question.
got
to ask.
Bedford, Shaker, Columbus, Dublin, Hilliard. What we got? Toledo, Youngstown, like where? Cincinnati.
Columbus got some good looking
Ooh,
women.
that's a good debate for X and the socials. Like,
Thank you.
Who's got
what
the best?
city in
And
Ohio has the
looking
best
people?
Cleveland got a
looking
few.
citizens?
Cleveland got some. Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
Ohio has a lot of talented people as well, so don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. I don't know what I Show Speed. He young, though. You know, you
Yeah, he
expect somebody
young,
young
yeah.
to say that.
Yeah.
Right, how much time we got left?
30 seconds, Maria.
We got 30 seconds of the show left. John,
Yeah.
what else you want to say? I mean, we got a game coming up. The Commanders are going to play who?
The Commanders are playing the
Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles.
Child,
The Eagles
Izzy
won.
was so
And
salty
aren't
that
they in the same
Ravens were
division?
done.
Yeah, they're in the,
Yep, they're
yeah,
both
they're
in the
division.
NFC West. Yep.
That's a
Ooh,
division team.
that's
That's a
gonna be-
division
okay, that's gonna
opponent.
be a
They
good
already
one.
played. So that's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good one right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And Walsh plays Holden tonight. Basketball. I don't know where we're going, but I know that game's going to be lit. Josh, have safe travels. You're going out of town to what, Nebraska?
I'm driving to Nebraska,
Yeah,
everyone.
safe travels to you viewers.
luck.
Wherever you
You
are
on the
watching
road.
us, make sure you stay warm because it is cold out there. And we'll see you guys next time on The Return with Josh Maria Chris. Love
Peace.
y'all.